Welcome everybody to the first race here for UPS F1 Racing League here on F1 22 today. Welcome, I am Air Just Cause here. We are starting out the first round of the F1 2022 UPS Racing League Championship. Here today at Miami, of course, a 3.362 mile, 19 turn track. Is going to provide some interesting racing for the first race that everybody will be kicking off here this season. Of course, this season we are planning on running a host of sprint races. The tracks that will be having sprint races, I have not been told yet, but should be very interesting, definitely indeed, for a course like this. Well, let's hold on, as we're about to head into the sprint race. Looks like everybody's going to be readying up here. We got our usuals in here, and we'll see how everything's going to go for this first round of Miami GP, or we're going to call it here for Miami. Okay. No qualifying, just the sprint race. 10 laps will be the sprint race today. And a beautiful Miami circuit around here. It's going to be a nice time for everybody to figure out how to race here. This is definitely going to be fun seeing how the first sprint race goes. Okay, this will be a very, very interesting start to the season, seeing how these sprint races go. As here we go, a downpour setting here today for a sprint race. Heavy rains look like they have came in to the area here, so this is definitely going to be a very interesting intermediate / wet. Could be on the wets here early on in this Grand Prix, so let's see what happens, as everybody should be already in. As here we go for the sprint, the first sprint of the first race for UPS. Lights out, and away we go here. Here we go, heading into turn number 1. Ice already taking the lead here in the Ferrari. As we got a spin, Sully's already crashed. First DNF of the year will go to a sprint race in the AlphaTauri of Sully. Already crashed out here as cautions through sector 1, 2, and 3. It looks like it might be a virtual safety car early on. Already in this 10-lap sprint. It has not looked well for Sully, KJ Sully. Okay, well, let's go ahead and look at the positions gained from the start, as the looks like the virtual has now been lifted here. Everybody looks like they're on full wet tires here as they head into turn number, I think this is now about to head into the marina. This is actually the beach section. There's a nice little beach tables and everything right there. And then here we go into the typical 14, 15, and 16 tough corners of this racetrack here in Miami, as we're looking at No Dad Chan in the Mclaren. As Ice is out front here early on. Sorry, just doing a nice little sound check real quick with the game. As there we go. Ice is up front already in the Ferrari. Got a nice 1.5 second gap on King Caesar, your defending series champion. Your defending champion won a bunch of races last season. I remember when I was racing full time last season, Chris was always the car to beat, and already P2 early on here in the sprint. Wendy Goop in the other Alfa Romeo. Both Alfa Romeos already with good starts, currently 2 and 3 here in the sprint. Geico in the McLaren up to P4, Bear down in P5 in the Mercedes. Also Callie in the Mercedes up to P6. There's CEO down, battling Chan here as Chan's gonna go down the inside, a little wheel-to-wheel contact through the beach section of the course. Here we go. Chan is definitely going to stay back in ace now, but CEO and Chan going to be looking for a battle here. Sniper Hyper back in 9th right now in the, looks like the Williams. The Williams here, as he is going to Williams. Trippy Tricks making a return. I think he didn't even race last season, to my memory. But this season he is back. He's looking to see if he can get a couple wins, of course, like he usually does. There he's going to be battling with Rick Bob, as Rick Bob's going to go down the inside here. Down into turn 17 right here after the long straightaway. And then into 18 and 19. And 19, of course, we said 19 turns. Definitely decide this racetrack, as Rick Bob's easily going to overtake the AlphaTauri. As here comes NV Redneck down the inside of Trippy. There in turn 1, the Haas versus the AlphaTauri. Ooh, Haas is going to see if he can take that spot away, and he will. As the Haas NV Redneck is going to take that spot away. Sully with a big DNF here in the sprint. Ooh, looks like Geico. They've been forced wide right there a little bit. Ooh, a little contact. Ooh, a little hard in the wall. That could be some front wing damage right there for Geico. Not looking good though. That's not what you want to see here from the McLaren. As both McLarens are now 7th and 8th, Nodad Chan and Geico. As by the way, I love the liveries on the McLarens this year. Let's see, up through the tight turns 14, 15, and 16. Down this long straightaway. Now, this long straightaway is we're on board here with the McLaren. It's a very difficult part of the track. You know, it's going to be definitely a difficult part to defend because it is a very fast part of the racetrack. DRS and ERS, a very long straightaway, so it's definitely some opportunities to overtake. Look at this battle. Look at this onboard battle here. This is the 4th and 5th spots. You got both Mercedes and a Haas in this battle right now between Callie and Bear Down, and then CEO. It looks like there was problems with the Alfa Romeo up ahead here. Here we go. Bear Down's going to battle with CEO. CEO's going to get by. Oh, problems for the Mercedes. Oh, a little contact with the McLarens. One of the McLarens have gone ghosted. That would be Chan, I think. But Chan battling here. Look at these 4 cars all in a row here in the sprint race early on. We're only 4 laps in. So we're looking. It's definitely going to be an interesting race with all the battles that are going on right now. Here we go down this straightaway. Another DRS straight when it gets dry, but right now no DRS because of the rain. As we're looking at this train of cars. Look at the train of cars. I think this is like 4th on back. As you'll see, there's Callie there in the Mercedes. And then you got CEO in 5th right behind. There's Bear Down. There's Chan, Geico, Sniper, and then Rick Bob. So this is like 4th through 10th, all in a line together. As you can see, look at this. Up the straightaway here, and then you got a nice little battle. Looks like NV Redneck. So looking straight on from that camera. Here we go. Trippy's got a good run here. I think he's going to go down the inside. Can he overtake the Haas? Is Ice with the fastest lap of the race in that Ferrari. Down the inside. It looks like he has the advantage. But the Haas is going to see if he can outbrake him here on that outside line. Will he take the spot? Here we go. He's going to hold on to the outside. Great run from the Haas. And the Haas is going to hold on to 11th. But here comes Trippy. Oh, Trippy looking. Going to go to the outside here in the AlphaTauri. Can he get a good run? He will. He gets a good run. AlphaTauri to the front of this group. Well, these two, I should say. Down in front of the... Oh, Envy with a little contact in the wall. Let's go on board. Here's the end of this huge pack. This is Rick Bob in the Red Bull. Yeah, this is Rick Bob. Ooh, almost a little contact with Sniper here. Down, looking down the inside right there. And it looks like he's just going to kind of back off down this straightaway. As, look at this whole group, just like a whole line of race cars. Oh, we got caution, Sector 1. Looks like for Despacito. Looks like he has manually retired the race car. Something maybe mechanical in the Red Bull. That is going to set him back a little bit. But Ice is out front. Here in the Ferrari, already showing a bunch of speed here in the wet. Now the question is the race going to be dry? We do not know the forecast for the next race. But right now, it is really, really looking like a Ferrari day here for Miami. As we're on lap 6 of 10. There's Caesar there in the Alfa Romeo. There's Wendy Goop, his teammate, currently top 3. Those Alfa Romeos are looking very fast early on. Then you got Cali there in 4th, CEO in 5th. They have pulled away from the pack, which is 6 on the 10th right now. They're all just kind of currently single file right now. Here we go. Down is I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Here we go. Big run here from the Williams. Oh, and they make contact. Williams and the Mclaren are around. Williams saves it, but the Mclaren goes around. That was not good. It looks like Redneck has received a time penalty for his probably a mistake there. Oh, that might not be good. That looked like it wasn't going to work out. Look at this onboard shot here going through 14, 15, and 16. Underneath the highway, too. Those are some highways that they're going underneath. Here we go. Down the long straightaway, looking back at the driver. Possible wing damage, though, on the Williams. That is not going to really help him out whatsoever. But, you know, big contact right there. I can't really fault the Williams. I'm going to have to fault the McLaren. It looked like the McLaren didn't really give him room. So, cannot fault the Williams on that incident, I don't think. At least I don't think you can fault the Williams, in my opinion. As for some reason, okay, that just happened. But yeah, I don't think you can really fault the Williams. But you know, that's going to be some wing damage. He's probably going to try and race it out here. But you know, already lap 7 of 10. Oh, caution, Sector 1. It's for a Haas around NV Redneck. Spinning there out of, it looks like turn number 3. Looked like you lost some traction maybe in those tires. Remember, top 8, I think, get points here in this sprint race. But already, Ferrari showing the dominance. Already has led every lap of this sprint race. Ice is looking really fast right now. In the wets, I do gotta say, in the wet weather, like we said, we are unsure about the race, if it's going to be dry, if, you know, what's going to happen. But Ice got up front. Is look at the battle. It's going to be a nice little decent battle here between the both Alfa Romeo teammates, as Cali is caught up into this battle as well in the Mercedes. Already is doing an awesome job catching up to the Alfa Romeos. There we go, down here. This has been a very great sprint race. First sprint race ever in UPS history, because, oh, actually not the first sprint race in UPS history, but was introduced last season, but the first one for F122. As the Mercedes looking to make an overtake here on the Alfa Romeo. Is look at the overhead view. You can see little bits and pieces of Hard Rock Stadium in the background here. So here we go, making some passes. This is going to be a very tricky corner. I think is going to be setting up for this DRS straight in the dry. But here comes the Mercedes though. Mercedes with a good head of steam. Can he get a run here on the Alfa Romeo? He might have the draft, some DRS, or not DRS, ERS might be used. Oh, here we go. He's going to look. Not going to work though. He's going to tuck back in line. He's going to forget about the overtake for now. But awesome job right now by the Mercedes. As caution. Looks like a Haas again. NV Redneck around in the marina section of the course. Yeah, the marina section of the course right there. A nice marina with some boats and everything. And you can see right there when we passed it, it's ice. Going to come around for 2 laps to go here in this sprint race. What an awesome job that the Ferrari has also done in the start of the season already now with this sprint race. 6.9 seconds on King Caesar. Caution sector 2, it's again for NV Redneck. Redneck is not having the best time right now. That Haas is struggling right now for some grip. So here we go down here into the Hard Rock section of the course. You can see Hard Rock, and then into the marina. The marina with the boats. Right here, caution sector 2 again. Here we go out of the marina down into the straight. Ooh, almost hit the wall right there. Could have possibly clipped it. You know, it looks like with this year's game, and we're going to have to talk about this a lot, the rear tires are going to seem to be the issue this year. And in these rain races, you know, with how slick the tires are, yeah, Redneck is just not having the best time ever. Redneck is just not. But yeah, with how the rear tires work, it looks like rain racing, especially in this game, it's going to be more difficult if you're on a medium or lower traction. It might be better on like a full traction, but it looks like you know, medium to low might not be the go-to, because you know, medium and low anyway, when you run medium and low, the rear tires already is caution. Looks like bear down with an issue. Bear down had an issue there with Sniper. Here we go down the long straightaway. Caution sector 1 for the Haas. Already not looking good. This is not looking good for anyone. Here we go down out of turn 17 into 18 and 19 as we are on the 1 to go lap. Here as Ice looking to see if he can take home the first sprint race win of this season of UPS. Round 1 here from Miami. It's definitely going to be a very... Right now, Ice is probably hoping it rains. He is like, the rain, please pour for the race. He's down the long, twisty back straightaway. If you want to call it a back straightaway. There's technically 2 back straightaways. I usually reference the 2 back straightaways on these F1 courses. Here we go. Here comes through the beach section, of course. And then into 14, 15, and 16 is, Redneck is just DNF'd it on the straightaway. The Haas has wrecked it. Go on board here with the Ferrari, see what happened to the Haas. Looks like he may have just manually retired or crashed the car. In this league, you never really know. It looks like he crashed the car by looking at those little tire tracks. But here we go through 17. He's going to have to negotiate 18 and 19 to come to the checkered flag here to take home the first sprint race of this season. Ice is going to be your sprint race winner. Sprint race winner, the Alfa Romeo is going to bring home second. The battle for third is on between the Mercedes and the Alfa, but the Alfa is going to get it. The Haas is going to get fifth. The battle right here, but McLaren will definitely get it. Chan gets over Rick Bob. Sniper's going to get 8th. The final point here. Bear down 9th, and then Trippy 10th. Geico, a terrible sprint race, was running 4th at one point, is going to come home and bring it home. P11. Not looking good for the sprint race, indeed. Not looking good there. Driver of the day for the sprint race will be No Dad Chan. Here is going to be your starting lineup for the GP here today. The sprint race determines the starting lineup. So Ice is going to finish first. He will take pole. Alongside him will be King Caesar in the Alfa Romeo. Third will be Wendy Goop. Alongside him will be Callie. 5th will be CEO. 6th will be Chan. 7th is Rick Bob. Alongside him, 8th Sniper Hyper. 9th Bear Down. 10th Trippy. 11th Geico. 12th Devil Gavin. 13th NV Redneck. 14th Despacito Suarez. And then I think that is it. And no, 15th will be Sully. AJ Sully. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a very interesting Grand Prix for sure. It's bright and sunny here today at the circuit. Like we talked about, a 3.362 mile course. It's 19 tons here, the first ever Miami GP. This track is very difficult, very treacherous, as we saw from the real life race here. Of course, that wild crash on the straightaway between Lando Norris and Pierre Gasly definitely brought some interesting ending to that Grand Prix. So here we go, as we're going to look here. This is definitely going to be one of the most interesting races of the season here at this beautiful venue to host this F1 race. As here we go. All the drivers lined up on the grid for the first UPS race of the season. Lights out, and away we go from Miami. Here we go, heading into turn number 1. Who's going to make the first overtake? Who's going to make the first move in the 1? Look at everyone. Oh, and around. Oh, looks like the McLaren and No Dad Chan almost went around off the start. Beating and banging, some contact. Wheel-to-wheel contact off the start. Let's go, here we go. Oh, a little contact in the wall. No Dad Chan, it looked like, and Devil Gavin kind of got into it. Chan already looking like he's angry. He might get back to Devil Gavin, show what his mind was right there. But here we go. Down the twisty and turny straightaway. Ice is out front. Bear Down in second. Wendy Goop in third. Here we go. About to head into the beach part of the course, I like to call it. There's a nice little beach bar on that infield section of this corner, this whole corner right here. This is I think 13 and 12, and then here we go into turn 14, 15, and 16. Tightest parts of the track as we got car around. Corner cutting penalty already. It looks like somebody spun back here. Might have been Sniper Hyper in the Williams. Already looking very interesting of a start of this race. Wendy Goop already got a 3-second time penalty. As here we go into turn 17 after the long straightaway. Ice is out front. Here comes the Mercedes, the Bear Down. Callie up to third with a nice move there on the Haas and the McLaren. As here we go. Awesome job from Callie, already up on the podium. Oh, Rage is watching. What's up? What's up, Rage? Rage is in chat. As here we go. On board with Callie. Nice scenery. This is a beautiful venue, of course, to have an F1 race. I love how they prepared it in the game and also in real life to make it so beautiful when you come here as we're going through the marina. Look at the boats in that fake water that they had to dump in there. Well, with the rain here in the sprint race, that is possibly now real water. So here we go. Down the long, twisty straightaway here as we're on board with CEO. Look at the battle right here between both McLarens as Chan's going to take over P5. Nice overtake by the McLaren on a teammate. As we're looking at the battle, Wendy Goop. Something has happened. He has dropped to 10th. Don't know what has happened to the Alfa Romeo. Might have been a spin in the corner. Something. Alfa Romeo did not look like they had the best lap right there. As Caesar's back down to 8th. You got Rick Bob in 7th. And then you got Geico in 6th. Chan in 5th. You know, you're looking at a lot of cars already, you know, in this race, you know, showing the speed. Ice, who won the sprint race, is currently, oh, Cali, fastest lap. Nice lap there by the Mercedes. There's, let's see, Rach says this track looks hella good. It really does. The palm trees, you know, heading down the straightaway, looking at Hard Rock Stadium right there. And then it's got memorable corner, of course, like we said, the marina right here in this corner of the marina section. And then you're going to come out of the marina corner down here to the twisty and turny straightaway. You know, this is kind of a little bit of a, you know, almost like a, how do I like to say? It's almost like Watkins Glen, but if you took the S's section and stretched it longer, you made it longer, and you made the turns not as much turny as what it would be. You know, it reminds you so much of just, you know, how a little bit of kinks, and then you go back and forth, you know. But turn 15, 14, 15, and 16, these are some tight parts. Oh, Bear Down's out. Oh, DNF for the Mercedes. We're going to come up on the Mercedes. This might be a full-on safety car. Yeah, it looks like the wheel is broken off. Early, I don't know, it looks like it's a virtual I don't see where the safety cars come out yet. It looks like a virtual for right now. I don't know what happened. We might have to see a replay. We might have to see a clip or something of something that happened. I'm going to look in chat to see what happened. So it looks like a virtual's out. That is looking like what is happening. A virtual safety car has been established. Remember, you gotta keep your delta to a certain point. NV is going to take this time to head down pit road. This has been a very interesting start to this Grand Prix. You can see we're looking at ice right now, as it looks like the virtual has been lifted. As here we go, back racing. Wow, a huge gap now on Cali. Ice has about a 3.3 second lead here on Cali. It's Cali's taking it nice and easy here through 14, 15, and 16. You're gonna have to look at, yeah, Evan says, he says it was stupid. That is going to be a tough end to his race. It looked like he was on podium, and that did not end well. Well, DRS is, here's 5 cars that's going to bow for like 3rd spot on the podium right now. We got about, ooh, looks like Geico right there. Did not really handle, oh, we got car around. Rick Bob. The Red Bull spins out of turn 17. That was what we talking about. The rear tires are going to be harder to, you know, take. You know, it's going to be definitely hard to find grip, rear grip in these cars with how it is. It's more realistic than 21 was. It's going to take either some patience or just put it on full traction to withstand the rear tire spin already. But a spin here for Rick Bob. You know, not really looking good for the Red Bull. Red Bull currently looking 9th and 11th right now. Not looking good, even though one of their drivers, I think, have had an issue. There's Redneck in 14th. Ooh, a little wall tap from the Haas. There's Ice. Like we said, 3.4 second lead there on the Mercedes. And then you got a McLaren on the podium currently. As looks like CEO and Chan have extended their gap to the Alfa Romeo King Caesar by 1.5. Well, it looks like it's going to be a battle between the Haas and the McLaren, and then you got Alfa Romeo and McLaren battle right here down the long straightaway. This is going to be the overtake central. A lot of overtake going to have to be used. A lot of DRS. Look at that. Down the outside goes the McLaren. Geico. Not going to work. Good defense for the Alfa Romeo. Almost hitting the wall right there. It's the tight exit here around turn 17. Now out of 19 as the McLaren got a better run than the Alfa Romeo. And the McLaren's going to overtake the Alfa Romeo in 5th place. It's already looking like turn 17. If you can get out of 17, you can definitely hold on. But it looks like the key overtaking spot will be out of 17 right now. And it looks like 14, 15, 16 are going to be another overtaking area if any mistakes are made. That area of the track will be more mistake prone, I think. Look at this 3-car battle for 8th. Right now you got you got a Williams, you got a Red Bull, and you got a AlphaTauri in that battle. Right here, down here in the beach part of the section. Look at the fans. They are cheering right now for this battle, as you can see. There's that nice little beach bar right there in that infield. Nice little lot to probably sit down and kind of enjoy a race on the beach, you know. And then here we go, down the long straightaway. This is where some overtaking will definitely be made. And maybe some crashes trying to overtake in the 17. But as you can look here, the battle for the podium spot between the Haas and the McLaren right now. Ooh, the Haas getting a little loose. Saw how loose it was right there as Eben has now left the race. We're gonna see if we can get a replay of the crash here since we have time. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get a clip of the crash. That was a very interesting way how the virtual came out early. Only one virtual so far, 7 laps into this Miami Grand Prix. As there is your leader, the Ferrari of Ice. Tastes good up front. Has had a very good start to this race. You know, he won the sprint, so he's already got good points there. He currently has fastest lap, has extended his gap on Cali by now to a 5-second gap. So I'm going to put down, see if we're going to get a replay here from the replay crew. There we go. We're going to see if we can get a replay real quick. There we go. Here we go. Here's the crash from his onboard view. I'm going to play it. Let's see. There we go. He's going to head into the beach part right here. He's looking fine for right now. It looks like he's got a good solid gap on ice. Then through beach corner. Right here. And then here we go. Through Marina. Oh! Looked like he got a little piece of the barrier. That's what it looks like. Just a little bit of the barrier right there. Not how you really want to start a race. Well, yeah, it looked like he just barely clipped the barrier too. That's what it kind of looked like to me. But yeah, very not good there for the yeah, not good looking for the Mercedes. Not a way he wants to start off the season. We'll see if I don't think he will be able to get an interview with him. As this is currently a battle right now. As we're look at the 8th 8th, 9th, and 7th are currently in a battle. 10th has kind of lost this battle a little bit, that AlphaTauri, but it looks like it's between Wendy Goop in 7th, Sniper in 8th, and then Rick Bob in 9th. It is just not, it's just right now a good battle between these guys, as DRS is right now, I think they got DRS down that straightaway. I don't know if the Red Bull did, but Rick Bob is, oh, here we go, pit stops. First pit stops here of the season is the sauce is worn out here on Wendy Goop. He's going to come down. We're going to see, here we go, into pit road. First pit stop of the year. A little bit of a, it looks like a little bit of a slow stop, or a normal stop. Could be a little bit slow though, just a tiny bit, but here we go, out. Pit lane, this is how pit lane exit's gonna be. You're gonna kind of come out here, and then you're gonna go right out in turn 3, right there. That's how it's gonna look like. But already lap 9 of 29. The Ferrari has had good pace right now over everyone else. It might have to take a safety car. I'm not gonna lie, it might have to take a safety car to maybe stop the Ferrari, but even then, I think a safety car is really doubtful right now. Stop this Ferrari, but you know, there's Callie there sitting in 2nd. He's trying to find something to gain on this Ferrari. This Ferrari already done really well. You can see the sparks pulling off. There we go, a nice little battle. Caesar and CEO, and the CEO just kind of took it, but oh, did not have a good 17 though. Here comes the Alfa Romeo with some DRS into turn number 1. Some DRS didn't really work. On board with the Alfa Romeo. Here we go. Oh, look, see how he got a little loose there out of the corner, how the car almost just bent it. Well, here we go as we're going through the S section into the marina. The marina section. There we go, out here into the little twisty turns here of the straightaway. Almost, I said Watkins Glen. I think Watkins Glen's not really the best. It almost reminds you of Australia's new edition. The new straightaway at Australia almost reminds you of when you go down there. And then here we go into the beach part. And then in the 14, 15, and 16 tight section, we saw how the DNS happened with the Mercedes. Kind of clipping that wall a little bit. Just kind of knocked the tire off the car. So, and then you gotta worry about this long straightaway right here. Like we said, great overtaking area if you get some DRS and some overtaking. Gotta use that battery a little bit here. And then heading back to the start finish line. Here for a nice little lap around Miami right there with your defending champion, King Caesar. Geico is not that far behind. Sniper's kind of looking like he is going to battle the McLaren. And then right behind Sniper, it's Rick Bob in the Red Bull. So pit stops are going to happen shortly. That's what we are definitely hearing. Pit stops will happen shortly. More, looks like a lot of people did start on the medium tire. I think Wendy Goop and a couple others might have been the outlier and put on softs to start out the race. So here we go, a nice little section. The rear wing's gonna open for some DRS. Here down here is alright, great job. Through the beach section right here. So there's 13, that's 13, here's 14. Oh, almost in that wall. They're cutting it really close right there. Sniper did take that 6th spot away from Geico on that previous straightaway, but here we go, long back straight. DRS, some overtake. Look at the straightaway speed on the McLaren. Just pulling on the Red Bull. Looks like already some amazing straightaway speed. On the McLaren, at least. As they have stretched the gap. And we'll talk about the other McLaren. No doubt chance. Trippy's in pit road. That is the AlphaTauri coming in. Here's a battle between Devil Gavin and Despacito. They're ghosted, so that means they're two AIs battling. Here comes Trippy out of the pits. Wendy Goop is going to go right on by. Looks like he might be on the medium tires. He is on the medium tires, so it's going to be soft medium, maybe a two-stop strategy here for the Alfa Romeo. Trippy's going to go to the hard, so it's going to be a definite one-stop strategy for the AlphaTauri. Seems like the one-stopper is definitely going to be the factor, definitely going to be the part of the strategy everybody's going to lean towards. It's already a very interesting first-time race here at Miami. You know, you kind of have to look at the racetrack, how it's laid out, and it's laid out well. It's very technical, especially through 14, 15, and 16, as you just saw. Very technical. It kind of almost reminds you of the older section of Abu Dhabi. How the older section of Abu Dhabi, you know, had that little. They replaced it this year. It has like a long sweeping corner now instead of that little chicane that they had. Oh, a little contact, a little wheel-to-wheel contact between the McLaren and the Red Bull. A little wheel-to-wheel. Right there. Sniper Hyper sitting in 6th. CEO has lost a lot of time to Chan. And Caesar has now passed him. But CEO kind of falling off with the car. Probably the car's rear tires. Maybe struggling a little bit on those rear tires. Maybe it's the car just gone away, maybe the wrong preset, not the right one. Yeah, it is currently looking like CEO's car's falling off. Sniper's got him down the inside. Overtake here. Williams is going to have to kind of cautiously brake because of the defensive move by the Haas. Here comes the Williams right on back to the Haas here. Up here through, like I said, 14, 15, 16. CEO will be awarded a time penalty. Yellow flag, sector 2. It looks like it is on the Red Bull. Red Bull had an issue there in that part of the racetrack. Probably got loose and probably almost wrecked it. Let me just say that. It almost like what the Mercedes did here. Bear down a little bit earlier. It's Trippy with a 3 seconds as well through that section. It looks like it's going to be time penalty section of the track. There's Callie sitting in 2nd right now. There's Chan in 3rd. That is currently the podium, the last podium spot. It's got pit stops. Rick Bob's in. Devil Gavin's in. Their final stops of the race, unless they're going to put on some softs here. Could be there we go. He's going to head out on the hards. Rick Bob. Gavin is also going to head out on the hards. So one stop's going on. Trippy. Oh, that's not Trippy. That's Sully, his teammate. Sully and Redneck. This is the battle to see who is not going to end up last on the racetrack. These two are going to go at it. And there's your leader. About to put him a lap down. Ice. As you can see, he's got a pretty solid gap over the Mercedes. A huge gap over the Mercedes. 7.7 seconds. He's not made a mistake as far as I've seen. But he's currently running really well. In the lead. There's Callie. Callie sitting P2 right now. Of course, he has been short of the championship, of course, last season. Finished 2nd in the points. for the World Championship. Just couldn't get it from Caesar once again. Callie's been close the last 2 or 3 seasons. He has really been close to a title. You know, and I'm not surprised that, you know, he keeps finishing in that final place in the playoffs. But you're also going to have to look at Callie. You know, Callie, even though he's ran well, it's just he's come up short, and you're going to have to, you know, sit here with the Mercedes and say, hey, we're going to have to do better. You know, you're going to have to go out and push a little bit harder maybe, or try and try something, you know, on places, or try not to DNF. You know, I think a big point of Callie was he didn't really DNF last year. It was just that when he did spin, it just gave him so much bad luck. He had a lot of races where he spun. It wasn't even his fault, you know, that he spun. But he definitely will win a championship in UPS. It just determines when will he win that championship in UPS, which is the biggest question of them all in that Mercedes. There's Chan. Chan's 9 seconds behind. He's got Caesar about 2.2 behind him. Chan, and a guy who did not have a good season. Since Chan has won the championship, as he's about to head down pit road, since Chan won his championship just 4 seasons ago, Chan has not had I don't think he's had a season where he's had over 3 wins. He had, I think, 1 or 2 last season. I think he had 1 or 2 last season, but he had, I think, 2 the previous season, and he had 2 the season before that, which was his season after the championship. His championship season will be easily his best season so far here in UPS, but ever since then, he's gotten podiums. It just seems like Chan has carried that I don't really care attitude since he has won his championship. He really hasn't cared enough to win races. He hasn't really cared enough to go out and win podium. And also, it seems like his anger and his temper has really gotten the better of him. As, oh, we got a spin or something. Looks like a yellow flag. I don't know if that was for the Haas or the other McLaren, but yeah, Chan, it's been his temper, you know. He's really hasn't cared about winning, and he's just started, if you got me mad, I'll take you out. Which, you know, has happened a lot last season. Since I raced last season, I've kind of been able to know the drivers quite a little bit more than just from commentating standpoint. You know, of course, last season for me was a big win. You know, 3 wins, made the final round of the playoffs. Did an amazing job to get into the playoffs, but you know, awesome job. As the leader is in pit road for his final stop, and Caesar is in pit road for his final stop. Thing is, they ran longer. It's going to be the hards. Hard tires will go on. Let's go ahead and give you guys some tire telemetry right here. There is the tire telemetry. Here, look at everyone on the hard 16 lap old mediums. Yeah, Sniper's going to have to be coming in shortly. Ice did come out in front of him. Callie did close the gap a little bit as we got caution. It's not CEO, it is Redneck. Problems for the Haas. And it looks like more problems. Looks like maybe an internet issue on the Haas. It looks like an internet issue. It looked like he spun out of Marina. Didn't do well. Do that section. It looked like he may have just spun out. 3 cars with time penalties. Do have to bring that up. Trippy, I think, has got a corner cut. CEO's got a corner cut. Wendy Goop's got a corner cut. Do not know if those time penalties will be, will kind of be, let's see, protested on after the race. Don't know if they will or will not be. There's Chan. Nice little battle. Caesar and Chan. Caesar had the better pit stop than the McLaren. So it's a battle between these two right now. This is for a spot as speeding in pit lane for Sniper that's going to put him now to about 5-second time penalty. I think it's a definitely servable time penalty. You can serve it on pit road, but Caesar is Chan overtake the Alfa Romeo here for the podium spot. Around goes Redneck again on pit road exit. Yeah, that's kind of the part. If you're the Haas, you just gotta take it easy now. I mean, that's the biggest problem with the rear tires in this game. Once you spin, we already know the rear tires have one of the... Oh, whoa, whoa! We got a crash! It looks like a Ferrari. It looks like a red car. I think it's Wendy Goop. I think Wendy Goop and Rick Bob got into it. Wow. Ferrari, I think somebody. It looked like a blue car. We were on board with Sniper when it happened, but it looked like him and somebody were going after. Huge front wing damage on the Alfa Romeo. Let's see, we could probably find another car with some front end damage. Maybe we'll find the culprit. I don't know who it was, because that was interesting. I don't think it was Sniper. I think we were on board. Was it Sniper? Could be Sniper. We'll see. It looks like the end plates are kind of off to the wing. Let's see here, down. Yeah, the end plates are off, so him and Sniper got into it then. Right there. Don't know if it was a racing deal. Sniper was coming off of pit road when that happened, and it looks like they're both going to have to come down pit road here and get some wings replaced. Yeah, that's going to be a tough day for these two. They were running so well. So wings will be put on. Here is going nice little wing change. So they are in. That'll definitely be a sad day for Wendy Goop and also a sad day for Sniper as well. Surprisingly, only one DNF so far in this Miami Grand Prix. As we got a caution, Sully has left the session. That means, oh, hold on, it's Redneck spun out of Marina again. The Haas has just not had a good day today. Let me tell you, Haas has not had the best day today. It has not been the day for the Haas. Yeah, he is, I think, multiple laps down. In my opinion, I think he should probably just hold on and see what happens. Sully is kind of also with him, a lap down, almost about to go multiple. As again, problems again, just cannot handle the rear tires. He's got to learn as, oh, there we go. Yeah, that's how you spin it. He's got to learn the rear tires are hot. You're going to have to cool down the rear tires, so you're going to have to take it easy. As, oh no, he's going to hit the wall. I think he might be trying to DNF here. Cause a safety car as we hit 10 to go. It's going to be 9 to go this time. As it looks like, oh, there we go. No wing. I'm kind of interested to see what the Haas is going to... Oh, Haas is definitely going to DNF. He's got no wing. He's got everything wrong. He's hitting the wall on purpose. This is a way to get a safety car to maybe make the race interesting. There he goes. Spins, does burnouts for some reason, like he won the race. What is this man doing? This is insane. Yeah, he's playing on DNFing. There is no way he does not DNF at least this lap. And this could definitely bring out a very good chance of a safety car too. You're gonna have to kind of put that in perspective as well. Probably brings a very good chance of bringing out a safety car. Oh, and there it is. That is in the middle of the racetrack. That is in the middle of the racetrack, folks. Yeah, you got oncoming cars. Is that going to be a safety car? Oh, no. Game got it done really quickly. Oh, 2 cars are around. Sniper and Wendy Goop is, oh, actually, they're not really around. They're just playing chicken. Yeah, this is some disagreement going on from the incident that we saw earlier between those two. Go down the long straightaway. Yeah, these two had a disagreement, and they are, you know, still disagreeing, I think. There's probably some yelling going on right now over the radios. Well, here we go, down the front straightaway. Yeah, this has been a very, very interesting race. For sure, definitely has been interesting. So, those two will continue to have their disagreement. Geico, here's Geico and CEO, about less than a tenth from each other. I'm surprised there was no safety car for the incident for Redneck. You know, hit it out of the marina and was like right in the middle of the racetrack. I guess somehow the safety workers got out there just in time. Apparently, we're just gonna kind of say that. But Geico, about 6 points, or 0.6, I should say, 0.6 right behind CEO is. Two AIs are going at it. Devil Gavin and Despacito going at it a little bit here. There's Wendy Goop and there's Sniper. Sniper still trying to at least run down Wendy Goop, see if he can just get by him or something. But yeah, Williams and Alfa Romeo definitely did not have good things to say over radio. There's Callie sitting in second as of right now. But Ice, the Ferrari dominance will definitely be the key story if we have no safety cars that kind of put a very interesting twist on this race. But this Ferrari has dominated. He won the sprint race like we talked about. And now it looks like here in about 7 laps, he's about ready to take home a win here. The first win of the season at Miami, but also the first ever Miami Grand Prix. Yeah, definitely going to be it. Caesar and Chan, this is a podium battle between the McLaren and the Alfa Romeo. These two have been going at it for several laps. Run from the Alfa Romeo. He's going to get to the outside of the McLaren in the one. Little wheel-to-wheel contact. Oh, and they're getting more contact. Little wheel-to-wheel spin. Alfa Romeo's going to get it. But what's the McLaren going to do? How's the McLaren going to get back to the Alfa Romeo? A little bit wheel-to-wheel. That might be a replay opportunity right there to see what happened. Here we go. McLaren got a run here. He's got also some DRS. Will he outbrake? No. He's not going to outbrake, but here we go. We're heading up to that long back straightaway, though. DRS will definitely be enabled, and some overtake will definitely be used. Here we go. Down the long back straightaway. Caesar trying to break the draft. Oh, he breaks the draft again. Chan's gonna get that DRS. Didn't look like he gained a lot. Looks like, unlike Geico. Oh, and Chan sends it. Oh, well, things are not gonna happen well now. Caesar definitely, I will tell you, did not like that. Oh, but he takes it back real easily. Looks like maybe the stewards maybe told him, hey, you're gonna have to give that position back. Did not like how he passed right there. He definitely hit him. I don't know if that was a heavy trying to outbreak or that was like, I don't really care. I'm gonna just run into the back of you overtake right there. So Right now, this battle for podium, this is the final podium spot. Their CEO, 3-second time penalty is going to currently put him in 6th. That means Geico in the Mclaren is currently going to be 5th right now. Trippy with a 3 seconds would currently stay where he's at. Rick Bob is about 5.4 behind him. And Wendy Goop and Sniper, as Wendy Goop's going to head down pit road, Sniper's going to stay on the racetrack. And those two had a disagreement earlier in the race. But it's the Ferrari. It's all the Ferrari here in Miami. There we go. Got about 5 laps remaining here in Miami. This race has been a very interesting one for sure. It has definitely been an interesting race indeed for everyone here today. So here we go, out of the marina. Here goes the Ferrari. He's got 8.4 second lead on Cali. This Ferrari has pace here. Ice has only one UPS win last season. I was told it was last season when I was racing. There's Cali. He's got 17 seconds on this battle for podium right here between your defending champion Caesar and then Oh, we got spin. It looks like the other Alfa Romeo looking like Wendy Goop. I don't know what Wendy Goop's doing. I don't know if he's got an issue. I don't know. He spun in a very weird area, in my opinion. It was like that little kink on the straightaway, on the little straightaway. Yeah, it was a very interesting, but behind him is the battle for podium right now going on. It looks like Chan is out of DRS range, so it's not going to happen. We got another spin. It's Trippy. DNF. It looks like the rear tire might be off the race car. Is that going to bring out a safety car? It didn't bring out a safety car earlier when it happened to Eben. We might need to look back on that. I don't know if there's going to be a replay available for that. Oh, wow. DNF for Trippy in the AlphaTauri. Not good. Not good for him whatsoever. That means Wendy Goop and Sully are going to get some spots. Sully's on 11 lap old softs, and he is still out on the racetrack. Well, here we go. There's Wendy Goop. As this race is coming to an end, again, these two still battle. This AI battle has probably been one of the fun battles on the racetrack. Oh, Chan's within... Oh! That was a little bit of a cut, and he definitely lost time because of it. A little mistake maybe from the lap car. Maybe lap car maybe gave him a little mistake being ghosted right there. But 3 to go here from Miami. As Grand Prix has been dominated by the Ferrari, as Wendy Goop's going to get fastest lap there. Good fast lap from the Alfa Romeo. But this Ferrari, Ice, dominated. Won the sprint, led every lap of the sprint. He's led, I think, every lap of this GP. And it's going to be absolute domination right now by the Ferrari. This Ferrari last season for Ice, when I think he was in McLaren last season, he was not making friends. You know, a lot of people were mad at him, including me. He's got a reputation for not being the best driver at times, but, you know, has definitely going to show out today. I mean, what a run from the Ferrari. This is something the Ferrari needed. was a nice run, and this is just pure dominance. This is just pure domination by the Ferrari today. So here we go, coming to 2 laps to go here in this GP. All he needs is 2 clean laps, and he's looking really good right now. Awesome job by the Ferrari. So here we go into the S's right here, and then into Marina right here. And then coming out of Marina, you're going to go down that long, twisty, turny straightaway. Got a little bit of twists and turns. And those are the turns that make up this 19-turn road course, or street course, should say, street course. Right outside Hard Rock Stadium. So here we go into beach, that little beach bar here, and then of course into the famous turn 14, 15, and 16. And there's 16 right there, and then down the straightaway, long straightaway. He's got 9.3 seconds to the Mercedes in this Grand Prix, and it's absolutely going to be a very interesting talk of the town here this week, especially when it's going to come to ice and the domination. So here we go, out of 17 into turn 18 and 19. 1 more lap remaining here in the Miami GP. It's like I said, he wasn't the very likable driver last season. You know, he did end up making the final round of the playoffs, finished 4th, or actually dead last out of those 5 drivers. He came into the season, he's hoping to probably earn a little bit more respect, you know, trying to, you know, unright the wrongs that he did last couple seasons. But right now, out of Marina, down the twisty and turny straightaway for the final time. And then about to head into beach here, and then in the 14, 15, 16. His absolute dominance has been shown today. Here we go, in the beach. And then here we go into 13, and then here's 14, 15, and 16 for the final time. And then down the long back straightaway. He only has 1 career win in UPS. Came last season, and he's already going to start off this season here in Miami. He's going to be the first winner here in Miami, as we got caution here. Looks like an internet issue for the Ferrari, but it doesn't matter. Through the final 2 corners, as it looks like he's out of gas. Ferrari's going to win. Ice is going to win the first ever Miami Grand Prix. And then the Mercedes of Cali is going to bring it home P2. And then down the long back straight here, Alfa Romeo, past Chan, got by him, and sayonara. Your defending champion's going to start off with a podium as well. King Caesar on the podium, Chan 4th. And it looks like CEO got that 3-second gap over Geico, so 5th place for the Haas. Geico's going to get 6th. 7th out of the final corner will be Rick Bob. And that Red Bull today, this AI battle has been very entertaining, to say the least. Devil Gavin and Despacito. AIs have been dueling for like every part of this race. Here we go, 17 and 18 as they're going to go through each other. This is some very interesting racing. But we also got to talk about Sniper Hyper, who's going to be the final one on points. And Sniper Hyper going to come her own for the checkered flag. As what a day. As the Ferrari will take it home driver of the day. It's Despacito Suarez. And what a win for Ferrari. Ferrari will get the job done here today. What a get the podium here in a stellar race here today. There's your podium there. Ferrari. Alfa Romeo is going to finish third, and then the Mercedes is going to be second. As what a very interesting first Grand Prix of the season. Is let the champagne pour here in Miami. Is once they're quite done celebrating. Here, looking at them all group up on the podium. Let's go ahead and get your interview here with your top three. Let's start off with your third place finisher on the podium, King Caesar, who had to battle Chan there at the end in those last 5-6 laps to bring home the podium. Caesar, make sure your audio is included. It looks like a good start off for your championship defending season. Already starting off with a podium. How difficult was this track today, being the first time we raced it here in UPS?
I don't know. I think it was a tough track. I think I raced it better in the rain somehow. So, yeah. I don't know. It was fun. I just didn't have the pace that Ice had. I think I was close with Caddy, but I sold the start very badly. So that basically ruined any shot at a second place.
Yeah, definitely, indeed. It looks like it was just a good battle between you and Chan. You and Chan made some contact. It looks like, tell us, this year with the cars, new car, new race. Tell us what's going to be the interesting factor with these cars heading on through the rest of the season.
Robin? What was the question? I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, okay. He wasn't paying attention. So, with these cars, very different from last year. Of course, new car, also new physics in the game this year. How hard and how difficult will it be for the rest of the seasons to drive the car? We talked about the lack of rear grip in the car.
I think it'll be easier now because Miami's a new track, but hey, it's different for sure. It's just you got to get used to it. It's not going to be easy. It's not hard. It's just you just got to be able to master it, I guess. Yeah, I think it's not much different than in 2021.
Yes, indeed. Well, we would like to congratulate you on your third place on the podium. And what's the track that we're going to
Australia.
Head to? Australia race 2. When are we planning on running that?
I think Monday at 6.
Monday. Okay, so Monday, we'll do some Monday racing. Well, like we said, congratulations on your podium, and we wish you good luck at Australia.
All right, thank you.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go to your second place finisher on the podium today, Callie. Starting off the season, trying to hunt for a championship. Callie, make sure your audio is included.
Yeah.
It looked like you were the second fastest car, but it looked like nobody can really touch the Ferrari and the Ferrari power today. What more did you need out of the car today to maybe try and run down that Ferrari and give Ferrari a challenge?
I don't know, 9 hours of practice maybe. It's obvious I practiced all week long for this because, I haven't played the game since Thursday last week. So, I mean, it's a good confidence booster to just come out the gates and get second and be gone by 17 seconds from the rest of the field. Obviously that, yeah, but it's also unfortunate to lose by 9 seconds in the same time frame.
Yeah, definitely, indeed. But, you got to look at it. Let's look at it from this point of view. You do start off with a podium, and it looks like you're obviously the second fastest person out there. Chan couldn't catch you really. Caesar wasn't really catching you that much. Tell us, what was your opinion on the racetrack? It looked like the racetrack was very technical. It was very twisty and turny, I like to call it, especially down a couple straightaways and a couple parts of the racetrack, especially in that first sector.
Yeah, dude, it was so hard not to make a mistake every single lap, It's like running over a curb will just ruin the entire lap, and that's going to happen almost every single lap. So it was just staying out of people's messes, which I did on the restart, thank God, because in the sprint I got caught up and then had to drive my way through. But also, it's good to have you back commentating. That's for sure. So, we'll be back next week. Australia is my favorite track on this game.
Yeah, definitely indeed. Well, congratulations on your podium finish today, and we'll wish you good luck at Australia on Monday.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem. And we're going to talk to the guy that rarely uses his microphone, but I hope he uses his microphone today. Ice brings it home. P1 and dominated not only the sprint but the race.
Ice is terrible. Ice is terrible.
About every part of this race. Ice, you got a copy there, buddy. Make sure your audio's included.
Shut up. Kick that little boo-boo.
Oh, I got him muted. It's nothing big. Ice, are you there? Wow. Make sure your audio's included. What a race. Ferrari domination. Led every lap of the sprint. Led every lap of this race. What did it take to get this dominance out of the car here? Only race 1 here in Miami. Well, it's already a good start for you, especially after your 5th place in points last season. Going from last in that final round of the playoffs. What's going to be you're looking at this season? You did make the last round last season, but it didn't look like you made a lot of friends. So, you're going to have to be careful. Are you going to have to be careful, or are you going to just kind of continue and push here to start off the season? Yeah, definitely indeed. Well, congratulations on your win. And we'll wish you good luck for Australia on Monday. And good win out there at Miami. Well, here we go. As that's going to end the first race here from Miami. What a race indeed. For Ferrari. Ferrari dominance already starting off the season. Caesar with after his championship season last season comes here, gets a podium. And also a couple of DNFs, surprisingly also only a virtual. Well, I think only 1 virtual, maybe 2 virtuals today. Here, so it was a very great race. Thank you for everyone tuning in and watching. We'll see you guys Monday at 6 o'clock for the Australian Grand Prix, race number 2, round number 2. Should be a fun one. I am Air Just Cause, when we'll see you guys then. Thank you.